بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر صدق الله العظيم.
Good evening everyone, my name is Yusuf Dero. My current job is I'm a director of a charity based in King's Cross. That's my day job. And most recently, about 15 years, I was in the police, UK police.
Okay.
For 15 years. And 13 years of that was a police officer, 7 years of that was a detective dealing with very serious crimes.
Okay.
So I left in January 2022. And now my policing knowledge I share with the Somali community across London. Because when we hear policing and the taboo and stigma around, especially when it comes to Somali community, it's like, what am I saying? So I try and what I do is I try and bridge the gaps, and also dispel myths. So that's who I am today. We would like to thank the SBWA for hosting us, and hosting this lovely event to local residents. And effectively, what we'll discuss about policing challenges. No question is a silly question. And then after we'll go to the reason why we're here also is in regards to recruitment, right? So especially for some of the youngsters, I'm not telling you to become a police officer, but at least consider it as a career. And the reason why I say that is because when you're integrated into society, if you're in the medical profession, if you're in schooling professions, if you're in the government professions, guess what? You're more likely to help people from your background that are voiceless, that can't speak the language, that don't understand certain things. You're going to be there to empower them. So it's critical that we become part of the change that we want to see. I'm not going to say policing is perfect. Policing's got a lot of issues, and we're going to discuss some of the stuff. But it's about learning about that environment, and once you're involved in it, not only are you doing something positive, but also you can help your community. Okay, so and then we've got our colleagues here, victim support, and Aisha and Chooks, who will go into a presentation about the good and great work and fundamental work that victim support can provide for victims of crime. So, just as first question, and again, this is a very informal discussion. Please participate. If you participate, people enjoy it more. And the time goes quicker, otherwise we're going to be watching each other all day. And trust me, you'll get tired of my voice. I can speak for England. So, can anyone in this round table tell me when was the UK police formed? يا قرنكرة Askari ودن كان قرمال أبابلي. Yes, the time.
Long time.
Yes.
1500s.
1500. Wow. Okay.
1830.
1850. Wow. See, these guys are on it. Come on. What are you guys gonna say? 20, 30 years ago, 50 years ago?
No, more.
Go on. No, give me a figure. Before YSM? That's YM?
Before the war, it's a long time ago.
Okay.
Oh, long time ago. More than
Long time ago.
So the person who said 1850 was the closest. 1856 is 1829. So well, the very well.
1830.
Okay, so you're wow, look at that.
1830.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So it was created by a gentleman by the name of Sir Robert Peel. He was the Home Secretary. Yes. Have you done a bit of reading to this? Huh?
Study school. Study school.
No,
History.
He's already got A star because no one can answer that. So وزير كلمها جودها بقى بابولي Sir Robert Peel. That's why مركب نقاشين Bobby on the beat حاجة كي بعده. The term Bobby on the beat وحاول أسكري جنبكم سعراء وروبرت مقع لوجابي وبوبي. So Bobby on the beat مركب نقاشين. That's where it comes from.
I didn't know that.
So that's come. So basically, policing in this country is very different to where we come from back in Somalia or Africa. It's because that's more of a really martial law. It's more what I would call military policing. Yeah, policing in this country is very different. There's a term called, and this term was coined by Robert Peel. And it's called policing by consent. policing by consent. So can anyone tell me, and again, it's not a trick question, if you don't know, no problem,
Yeah.
but what do you think policing by consent means? Yeah, police are the same as you. Very important. Thank you, sir. So there's a term called the public are the police and the police are the public. Meaning, policing by consent. Okay, I'll tell you guys. So policing by consent, and this is a very fundamental principle, right? It's basically the police in this country cannot efficiently and effectively police properly without the consent of citizens, the public, members of the community, right? So, askarta wadankan hawsha sidii laga rabay ma u qaban karaan hadday haysanin ogolaashada iyo aqbalka muwaadiniinta wadankan. Ma fahanteen? Marka so basically, if the police lose the confidence and the trust of the public or the community that they serve, then effectively they're not going to be doing their job properly, and they won't be respected. Hence why currently at the moment there's a lot of issues, especially as there's a review came called the Casey review, where the police were investigated and they were found to be racist. Okay, but as community members, and I'm going to ask you questions, shall we talk a lot, be angry, or can we do something about it? Okay, what can we do about it? It's not a trick question, but what do you think? What do you think we can do about this? If you're not happy with something, what can you do about it?
Fix it.
Fix it? How do you think? Thank you, young man. Mohammed? You what, sorry?
More people should be police.
Yeah, absolutely. More people should consider being a police officer. I'm not telling you have to be a police officer, but definitely consider it. What else?
Also that minority.
Yes. So, check this out. Almost half of the population in London are from ethnic communities. Yes? So the review that came out, they reckon the police service, Metropolitan Police Service in London is likely to represent the people that it serves, as in me and you, people that look like us, in what year? 5 years time? 10 years time? 2050. Spot on. So they reckon 2050 up to even 2060, right? So it's because I'm just going to put, if the police officer, so we've discussed this before. When there's more ethnic minority officers in the police service, can someone tell me one benefit? I want the boys to be very good. I want the older gentleman to answer. So what do you think is one benefit of a Somali person, a Muslim person, Afghanistan person, Pakistani person being in the police service? Yes, sir.
It's very good, beneficial for other people to just interfere with the police easily.
Yes.
And they raise their voice easily.
Yes, absolutely.
And they feel like they can hear our voice.
Yes, thank you, sir. Perfect answer. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
That is spot on. And I'll give you a real life example. So, when I first joined policing, bearing my son from my Somali background is almost non-existent. Non-existent. So my colleagues said to me, "Oh, Yusuf, and you guys are decent people, aren't you?" I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "You're quite well. You're good mannered, and you're a good person. The only time I've ever come across a Somali is when I'm putting handcuffs on them." Right, but because of me being in there, I was able to educate them. Okay, I was my culture, my people, my religion, right? And one thing I will tell you guys, especially for the younger generation, no matter how successful you are in life, the more dignity you have in terms of your religion, your culture, your language, they respect you more. When you try to be like them, okay, as some colleagues have been in the past, okay, they don't respect you. So what am I trying to get in here? When you are stuck to who you are, okay, your roots and where you come from and who you represent, they become more close to you.
Let's go with that. Check it out.
بس ان شاء الله بس وين وحن ديال بوكسار ديال انا كاتب مربي
ما يسكبوا
بس باي
ما اسمعوا كل
أغير مركز إنجليش كويس.
صح
أغير
والله
صومالي.
ورا تعال وحن كان لي and يعني المهمة أو دتك أجنبية أما صومالية أو بدوّدراك الكيمين أما اللغات كلا بهذا لايا أما دقن كلا بديل مركي أسكت الصوت الآن أسكت وكينا يعني فهم كود بدنا يعني إن يعني احترام كي بدنا يعني مركي هو يعني ومهم إن دتك يعني إلا نحكره ومهم. So and I think you guys heard me from saying this all the time, but especially for the young people, my motto is: if you're not sat on the table, where are you going to be? If you're not sat on that table where your issues are being discussed, where do you think you will be?
On the table.
Huh? If you're not sat on the table,
On the table.
On the menu, you're on the menu, right? Huh? Exactly. So the point I'm trying to hit and really hone to you guys is the importance of being involved and not just policing anything. Okay, if you're integrated, okay, you can still be integrated, right? Big difference between integration and assimilation. Assimilation is basically when you just lose yourself. Integration, you can still keep who you are, okay, but be involved. So next question is, anyone got a question so far? No? Okay, we'll move on. How many police forces are there in London? I've already gave you one.
2.
It's 2. Go on. Give me the names.
City of London Police.
Yeah. And
The Port Authority Police.
the port.
Yeah.
Nope. Metropolitan. Absolutely. That's the biggest one. Yeah. And the other ones they control the tubes, the trains.
Transport.
Police.
British Transport Police. So 3 police forces control London. Metropolitan Police, the biggest. They have I think over 30,000 police officers and about 20,000 staff. Then you've got City of London Police. If you have a nice donut, yeah, you know the little jam in the middle. That's City of London Police because they're so small. They control the Bank of England, the financial district of the country, and they're like about 1,500 in personnel. And then you've got British Transport Police, who are a few thousand, but they're national. So they're not just London; they're everywhere, even as far as Scotland, Wales. So that's the 3 police forces in London. And another I was going to say, who in here has been stopped by a police officer? Okay, no one. Okay, it's a good thing. Okay, who's been here has been searched? Askari by the Wamgeraza. No. Okay, that's a good. Yes. ممكن يوجد. Okay. كورنا سيقول لك من.
معناها meel oo maarkino tartiib ugu soconay xoogayal adiga waa dhaqaaqay
صح
shalay ahayd
صح
marka waxay u weydiiyeen maxaad ku cararaysaa ana carrinaan runtii ku socday
صح
soo digaynayo waa soo digay bas baaqar waxay dhahay iska wax
بس سفع كل رقم
سفع
اوكي
adiga waxay ku xiran tahay luqadaada macnaha
صح ساو هذا ما وصحويه وصحويه. Okay, if a police officer stops you and wants to search you, who, especially the younger people, who knows their rights? Yes.
I have my rights.
No, you have your rights.
Yes.
Okay, so what are your rights? No, I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm just it's free. Go on, come on, help him out here.
help me out
Of course. Okay, yeah. You have to have reasons to search. Reasons to search, absolutely. Okay.
I have to give consent.
You have to give consent.
Yeah.
Oh, do you really?
Yes.
No. No consent required.
They should,
once you stop this
when they should stop, when they stop,
Yes.
you should give good manners.
Yes. So, I'll give an example. I am a police officer. I'm searching here young Mohammed. Hopefully it never happens, inshallah. But I'm searching you, Mohammed, okay? And sorry, what's your name? Ali. And Ali gets the phone out and he's recording the interaction. He's recording the interaction. And the police will say to you, if you don't put that away, I'm gonna arrest you. Ali, what are you gonna do? So you're recording, right? So you're recording. Yeah, me and Mohammed. If you don't put that away, I am gonna arrest you. What, sorry?
I'll just keep some distance.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna stop recording
You're not gonna stop recording. Why are you not gonna stop recording?
because you're pressing me. That's quite aggressive. I feel like you're aggressive.
But I am trying to carry out my duty, okay, and now you're obstructing me.
And then the first police officer.
Okay. No, I'm not being aggressive. I'm doing my job. Can you step away, mate?
Now I'll step away.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna stop.
Okay. Good. Good answer. Right. In a public place, if you get your camera out and you're recording, it's not illegal.
Not illegal. That's your right.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely. You say politely
As long
and patiently. What you say is, I'm recording because I'm concerned, okay, that this person's rights, okay, I just want to ensure that that you are doing your job properly, okay, and this person's safety, I'm concerned about them, okay. So, okay. What you can't do is you can't get in the police officer's way because they can say to you, I'm going to give you one more warning. If you do not move away, you are willfully obstructing in terms of doing my duty. Okay? So, sorry, Ali, I'm not picking you here. Okay? It's an example. Okay? It's not personal. So, the point I'm trying to say to you is, markuu qofka aqoonta leeyahay oo sharciga garanaya يعني والبحار iyo walwal iyo baqtaan ma jiro ninkan waa askari adina muwaadin baa tahay ya shaqaysa qabta hadduu shaqadiisa qaban waayaan sidii laga rabay Soomaali dhaqan waxaan leenahay maqaayada iyo kubiisa intuu yimaado buu maantoo dhan daadinaya yani wax lagu sameeyey okay saas baa lagu sameeyey maxaad ka samayn doonta maya waxaas wax la daaweyn kara ma aha egada buu ku oranayaa guess what berri shal kuu sameeyey buu berri kaa ku samaynayaa maxaa marka macna yes so in dadka accountability intaan ugu kala baagan maayo when you have accountability dadka la xisaabtamaysid yeah they respect you more yeah cod baa leedahay xisaabtanka marka cabasho way sharcigu uu ogol yahay qofka hadduu cabasho qabo any sorts of complaints and there's complaint procedures and you should know about it so I digress but come back to knowing your rights especially as young people if you get something searched yeah please get something search you don't need consent however there's a term called go wisely they have to give you the grounds of the search the objective is what they're looking for the reason why they stopped you they have to show you their warrant cards they give their identity their shoulder number okay what station they're attached to and then that you're entitled to a copy of the search you're entitled to a copy okay and if you're not satisfied with that search you can always look into it okay I'm not telling you to make a complaint all the time I'm saying what I'm just trying to highlight here is the police have the police have a very important job to do but if they fall below that standard you should know the avenues to follow correct yes
ask this.
Yes.
You said you can record.
Yes.
And you're saying that you are intervening or obstructing.
Yes.
Is there, you cannot be between them.
No, exactly.
And how they can be that? Can you show us example?
Yeah, so I need to get up. Sorry.
Okay, let's someone use the phone.
Yes.
Ali, Mohammed record the phone.
So just so don't record it, but just go like that.
Yeah, just go like that. Yeah, you record it.
Yes, perfect. No, very good. So, I'm standing, okay?
You cannot be in here.
Yeah, exactly.
You should be somewhere.
So what I want is something called there's something called personal safety.
Yeah.
Something called the fighting arc.
Yeah.
Right? This is a fighting. If I'm in your space, this is called the fighting arc. You see how you stand?
Yeah.
If I'm standing like that, if someone pushes over, I'm gonna go like that.
Yeah.
But if I'm standing like that and someone pushes me back, then I can take that force. So the problem, if the camera's there and it's recording, and I'm speaking, I'm searching you, it's normal. But as soon as I get too close, then I can start using excuses of saying, I'm gonna search you. Okay? So
You just record like this.
yes, exactly.
Stand, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, and also the way he says.
Yeah. So exactly. So in terms of safety. So this is what you can go around, but as long as you're not in the police officer's way and you're not doing anything, and that will stop him doing his job, no problem. Yes.
If you say go, what do you do, Hamid? You go up, you turn off your computer, the phone, or you keep recording.
Keep recording.
Yeah. But what? So this is the most important thing is your energy and your communication and your body language. Yeah, communication is part of body language. But what I'm trying to tell you, if you come across as aggressive, okay, all you say, Mohammed, I know you're a young man, but all you say is, officer, okay, I'm doing this because I'm concerned of how you're conducting your job. Okay, and that's it. And they know. Also, police officers have got something called a body worn video. The camera. Okay, so that camera, if there's an incident, they're supposed to click it. They click it, after a minute later, it starts recording. Okay. Can you guys, as citizens or members of the public or members of the community, can you access that?
Yeah.
You can? How are you going to access it?
Ask the police.
Good, ask the police. And how do you request it?
Me.
Yeah. No, I'm not putting you on the spot. What do you think you will do?
Just email them.
Absolutely. So, there's something called a subject access request. Okay? So, if something concerns you specifically, you can request it from any authority. Whether it's the council, the police, any department. Okay? It's your right. If you want to go a bit further, and that's free by the way, and they have to reply to you within 28 days. Yeah? However, there's something called FOI, Freedom of Information, and anybody can submit that. It's like 10 or 15 pounds, okay, an admin fee, and again you can get things that way as well. Basically, what the government or an institution hold, any information they hold about you. Yeah. So, Abu Bakr, you said you had a good relationship with the local police, yeah?
One question on
Yes,
the
sir. Yes, sir.
recording.
Yes.
You know, when the police stop someone, they're going to record in writing as well.
Yes.
Then you can have a copy from us, a copy from them?
Both. So the camera recording and the physical writing, because there will have the reason why they stopped you.
Okay.
Okay. And if you know that you wasn't doing that, but they wrote that, you can ask.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So
And the final one is whenever they write down, can they ask you to sign it or you don't sign it?
no. So I'll give you an example. I stop you. You are on your phone. You know how many points that is now, don't you? 6 points and £20 fine, yes? So you'll be taken to court, okay? But at the roadside, what you do is they do a quick interview while you're on the phone, okay? There's only a couple of very important reasons why you can call someone if you're driving. Give me one reason.
Emergency.
Huh? Emergency, absolutely.
Emergency, yeah.
So, if you're saying, officer, I saw something and I'm on the phone to 999 and I was calling them, you're allowed, right? So they would say to you, but normally it's called a penalty notice, and normally at the bottom of it they say to you, can you sign it? Yeah, can you sign it? And they'll say to you, but this is you can say, I refuse. And all they say refuse. They'll give an option, but they refuse. Yeah? So, the other bit I was going to say was, especially for young people, you can get involved in voluntary stuff. So the police have a lot of programs that are voluntary. They have cadets. They also have ward panels. And they have community monitoring groups, all police. Because there, the issues being discussed more often than not concerns us. The Muslim community, the Somali community, oh this happened, that happened. And normally the people there are middle-aged, middle-aged and sort of middle-class people, okay, that are not really affected by policing.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're not there. We'd rather be sitting in the restaurant talking nonsense about Somalia. لا أنا كفاية نوع هبان أنا كان لينا ما قلت لكن أنت ما فايدة بس واحد كلها لا وأنا كلها لا يا.
What's the benefit if you don't sign the paper? What's the benefit of the person who is involved with the police and police ask him to sign here?
Yeah.
Like
whether you sign or whether you don't sign.
What is the benefit of that person is not signing?
There's no benefit.
No benefit.
It's just, the only benefit is that what we wrote here is true and accurate, and you'll say yes, it was. Does that make sense?
You're not annoying the like, police officer to just ignoring him to not sign or something.
You're not. No. Even if he gets annoyed, that's their problem, not your problem. Yes?
But it's our right to not sign.
Absolutely. You say, officer, I am not comfortable signing this document, okay, unless I had legal advice.
Okay.
Advice from solicitor.
Yeah.
Yes? Right, I'm not saying, but it's your right whether you sign it or don't sign it. Right? So, the police have got something called a PACE, Police and Criminal Evidence Act. It's basically the book that governs what they do. Okay, again, it's available on the internet, so you can literally download it and read it. it's very, as the terminology is quite hard to follow. But for example, searching someone, home searches, arrest, when they interview you, what your rights are, a juvenile, everything. Okay. So again, this is a bit. Yeah, go on. PACE, police. It's called the codes of practice. PACE. Okay, I'll send that one. PACE, Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984. The police codes of practice. Codes of practice. It's a code that they have to follow. So if they don't, sorry. Sections, yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So that is, if they fall below that, that's what basically governs them, okay, and holds them to account. You have a question? Ada?
Yes. What
Yes.
I'm asking, like, is Act 1998 and 19...
No, 1984.
What's the difference? 81 and 98?
There's only one. 1984. That's there. PACE 1984. Codes of practice. Okay. Sadiq Khan. ليك وضعك أسكت حاليا مارك راولي وقبل صديق عدنك يا حرير كأسيد يصديق خان كان حيمحيه يعني كلام who knows the relationship between Sir Mark Rowley, who is the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police Service, and the Mayor of this city, Sadiq Khan? What is the relationship?
Sadiq Khan basically his boss.
Yes, absolutely. So Sadiq Khan effectively, and the Sadiq Khan and the Home Secretary, effectively, they look at the performance and the effectiveness of the police service. Okay, so it's called MOPAC. Again, very powerful group of people. The Mayor's Office for Policing and Crime. Okay, and they have monthly meetings, and anybody can attend. Okay, so again, that's something to be.
Which mayor has got power the other one?
Sadiq Khan.
Yeah.
Yes. But like his the police service will always have something called operational independence. So, for example, Sadiq Khan can't say to Mark Crowley, "You're doing this there. I don't want you to do that. Come back, Hamesh."
They have to respect each other.
How we couldn't. Yeah, do this investigation this way. No, we can't say that. Okay, they're independent, but they hold them to account. Well, yes, sir.
What's the difference between the police who are in the red cars,
yes,
red police car, and the normal cars?
So, the red car.
See some red cars
yes.
are
only in central London, right?
In central London,
yes.
Yeah.
So they're called the red cars are called the
Diplomatic
protection group. So you know too much. You should be sat here. So the diplomatic protection group and royalty protection.
Okay.
So who they look after?
Embassy.
Dignitaries, embassies, and royal family.
Royal family.
Yeah, that's their role.
That's why they are in
Central London, and they are all armed.
They armed as well.
All armed.
Exactly.
Not every police officer is armed, by the way. Not every police officer is armed. They're armed. Okay. Again, you also got a group called IOPC, the Independent of Police Conduct. Again, they're an independent body that investigate what the police do if the police are basically below the threshold. Yeah.
What about Territorial Support Group?
TSG. So in young people's terms, the bully van. What do you call it, the bully van? What do you call it now? Okay, fair enough. TSG. So Territorial Support Group. Again, they're basically a London-wide group, and their role is problem solving and dealing with more like sort of protesters and such behaviour and sort of large disturbances. That's their role. They normally travel in the big blue van or the white van, right? And they normally go in groups 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe they're the ones that talked to you came out of 5.
One question is,
Yes.
you know, sometimes when you're on the road,
Yes.
you will see private, like we call CIA or
Yes.
FBI.
Yes.
What different those guys?
Oh, so the National Crime Agency, NCA.
CIA.
No, NCA.
Or NCA.
Yeah.
And uniform police.
Yes.
And uniform police, yes.
Yes. So basically, again, they're similar to the FBI version. They deal with more serious cases.
Oh,
Okay.
that's more serious.
Yeah, but more like espionage, and these are sort of critical criminal activities, and more like sort of drug levels and gun crime, but distribution level.
But these people who is uniform, I saw them, a lot of them in London.
Yes.
Sometimes they have on their car mini-cap stickers.
Yes.
And they go, believe me, I saw that.
Yeah.
They're going around with different cars. very
Private-
cheap
private
cars,
cars.
very cheap cars, and like tracksuit and all these. I saw them. Like you thinking he's a beggar or something like that. Yeah,
Is it like a gangster? They look like gangsters.
In London, I saw lots of them. You don't believe this is police officer. Sometimes you're doing something in your car, then
I
next
think
to the police.
there are some dodges, you
You
know,
don't know, yeah.
You never know.
We have to be, the main point was we have to be alert all the time.
Absolutely.
We shouldn't do right, but
yeah, I agree.
Anytime,
Yes, sir. But why do you think they're doing that?
I think they just
They're hiding themselves.
People who
Invisible.
notice them they are
Yes.
police.
The whole point is it's basically undercover.
And
Yeah.
They're undercover police officers, and they're not gonna try and stick. They're gonna try and blend in with the community.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
They're active.
what you have to understand, sir, is, and sadly, there are dangerous people out there that you might not see, I might not see, that are involved in really bad stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's some of them are permanently undercover, some of them are both uniform and undercover. It's different.
They go everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes they're going in, like there is a fun fair.
Yes.
They're going there as well. And
Yes.
it's a big crowd somewhere. And
Yeah,
just, you know, always involved.
so I used to be one of them,
Okay.
and driving a normal car.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing all sorts.
But you had a good car or
Good car, bad car, and van, and all sorts. So
Yeah, van.
it's also you've got something called it's something called an undercover police officer, and there's something called surveillance teams, and they're very well trained. You won't even notice that they're following you. Okay, because it's called covert tactics. Anyway, that's another conversation for another day. And so IOPC. So so in terms of Yusuf, what possessed Yusuf to join the police service? This is me, right? Someone from a Somali background. Why did I join the police? Like, bear in mind, people from my background are almost non-existent. Okay, so I thought, you know what? I know there's a lot of challenges in the Somali community. Let me try and make a positive change. Yeah. So in 2005, I started working in Hendon, the college, the police college.
yeah.
Near Colindale.
Yeah.
Yes.
The training center.
Yeah, the Peel Centre, Hendon College Centre. So I basically thought, you know what? I don't want to be an actual police officer because I can't trust these people. Because no one from my back, I couldn't speak to my uncle or my auntie or my friend and say, I want to join the police, what do you think? Should I join? So I thought, let me go on. So there's two roles. So I became a police staff for 2 years. And what I was doing was, and these jobs are available all the time, by the way, open to anyone. I was answering 999 calls. So if someone calls up, when you normally call 999, you're asked, what do you want? Fire brigade, police, or ambulance, yes? So when you say police, it will come through to me, but it's not me. There's hundreds of people that are doing this, yeah. So I've done that for a couple of years. I thought, you know what? The police are actually, some of them are okay, yeah. My image of them is not as bad as I thought. Let me join. So I joined City of London Police, the Metropolitan City of London Police, and I've done that for 13 years. Initially, I started a couple of years in Bobby on the Beat. And then I went into the plain clothes, the ones that look funny and try and blend in, which is called the Prime Squad. Then I did a fraud squad where I worked nationally. So every part of the UK I've been to and spent days there sometimes and investigated fraud cases. And then
they take you everywhere, yeah?
Everywhere, yeah. So, and then what I did was my last part, I worked in the criminal investigation department, CID, investigating very serious crimes. So your aggravated burglaries, your sexual offences, murders, attempted murder, GBH, all this stuff. And then, so that was my experience as a police officer. Very positive experience. Yes, there faced challenges, but in terms of my development and skills and communication, writing reports, because we have to understand, when you're a police officer and you want to take a case to court, you have to prove it beyond all reasonable doubt. If I say beyond all reasonable doubt or the balance of probability, what do you think the balance of probability is? 50%?
Yeah.
Thereabouts, yeah? If we say that's for civil courts, so that is the burden of proof, yes? But when it's a criminal court, it's beyond, please stay with us, yeah? Stay with us. What do we say beyond all reasonable doubt? What do you think the percentage is? If I say balance of probability 50%, what do you think beyond all reasonable doubt is? 70, 80? 100? Anyone else here?
99%.
80. 80, okay. That lady's right. So you have to get that case proven, and the onus is not on the defense team, it's on the police team and the prosecution team to get that case, because when you go to a Crown Court case, is you have to get it beyond all reasonable doubt is 99% sure that that person committed a crime. And you do it through something called the jury. Okay? They deliberate, sometimes for a couple of hours, sometimes for days, sometimes for weeks.
A lot.
So the point I'm trying to say to you is you're writing really meticulous, detailed reports, because you're going to be questioned by a barrister from every aspect. Okay, so in terms of even development for yourself, it's brilliant. So that was my policing career, and now, because I get some experience from it, I now, even though I've left, I train them. I'm also a board member for MOPAD. I also teach at University of East London new recruits. So, and the good thing, when I was in policing, they paid for my undergraduate in criminal investigations, and they also paid for my masters. So I've got terrorism and police and security as my masters. So it's, for me, in terms of development, really, really good. And I'm going to put questions to you guys, and I've kind of gave you the answer, but when you join the police, do you think there's many roles or just one role?
Many.
Can you give me one example? Detective, yes, very good. Hey? Yes, sir.
Undercover.
Undercover, yes. Absolutely paying close, yes. Surveillance. Inspector, that's a rank. Officer, yeah.
Corporal.
Border Patrol. They're part of the UK border agency, but they're part of the criminal justice system. And what?
Staff.
Police staff, yes, absolutely. Admin, yes, exactly. So the point I'm trying to, when you think of policing, don't just think of it as a police officer. There's so many different roles. Okay, they have the ones that ride the horses. They're called mounted branch. They have PPG, the ones that they're elite, protect more embassies, etc. You have ones that carry guns, TFG, firearms. You have TSG, someone said. You have ones that...
What about the community support police?
Yeah, PCSO, police community support officer, absolutely. So the point I'm trying to say, don't think policing as just one, Bobby and the Bee. They're just uniform, they drive cars all day. There's so many different roles that you can do.
Do they change their duty most sometimes?
As in what way?
Like, I'm working in the office, tomorrow I don't want to work in the office, I'm going to on the road.
No, so if you're a detective, you're more office based, but once something happens, like a murder or a serious case, you go out and investigate it.
Okay, you're able to do the other things as well?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But if you're uniform, you're more often than not, you're uniform. Okay?
What is the difference between MF5 and MF6?
Big difference. No, it's a good question, big difference.
Yeah, because it's a part of the police, right?
No, they're not. No.
So what they are?
The defense.
So MI5 is internal. MI6 is international. Yeah, nothing to do with policing. They obviously protect the country and externally, but policing is a very different role. It's a very open role. Okay, so it's completely different.
But when they suspected like terrorism and then they take to the police station,
yeah,
so is a part of the police?
No. They use the facilities of the police.
They should have their own.
But
I mean,
they might do
section to take them, but they take it to the police station.
Yeah, they use the facilities of the police. But it's completely different. It's a different role altogether.
So is that like a partnership, right?
Of course, they work together. Every criminal justice, they all work. But no, they all work. So the fire brigade and the police are in partnership. The NHS and the police are in partnership. The police and
they can use each other equipment. Or
no, the point I'm trying to say is that they're different. Everybody works together.
Yeah.
Because you're working for the benefit of the country.
Yeah, because the reason I'm asking, I mean, my daughter next month she started as a police officer.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Wow. But
She was
where?
she was prison officer,
Yeah.
and then she left it. Now she applied for the police officer.
Where? Metropolitan Police?
Yeah.
And what station is she going to be going to? Do you know?
I think I don't know, but I believe he's an investigation police officer.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah. So
She's
that's,
working at the office, not on the street.
Yeah. So that's one thing I was going to say. So nowadays, there's something called the Police Constable Degree Apprenticeship. Okay. So for those of you that are going to university, the police will give you a degree whilst you're earning. So it's called Police Constable Degree Apprenticeship, and you'll get a degree out of it. So it's 2 years long or 3 years long, and you get a degree out of it. Again, a lot of people are joining thinking I'm going to get a degree and I'm not going to pay anything towards it. In fact, I'm getting paid because it's a full-time job. Okay, and again, in terms of the different roles I asked, and I think you said nowadays rather than becoming Bobby on the beat, it's something called direct entry. If you have a degree already, you can become a straight detective. Where before you have to work really hard to become a detective. Now, as you said, as an investigator straight away.
Yeah.
So you get parachuted in. Yes.
How hard is the training?
Training it's hard, as in no more than if you're doing something in university or if you're learning your Quran. It's of course you have to make sacrifices, but the physical training is not so hard. It's more learning policies, procedures. That's you what, sorry?
Is it similar to the
So, yeah, you have to learn. You have to know criminal law very well. But it's relatively it's doable. So I'm done with the policing service. I think we'll come up with a question after. I'll welcome Aisha to the table, and then we can talk.
So-
Yes.
So, but I see that, I mean, about to give you the course of the college.
Yes.
Now, I see that things, I mean, last time there was advertising in my local area.
Yes.
They say if you need to apply the police, and then they can pay the college, and then just to learn, or they take you to the university or something like
So
that.
4 universities.
And then they was saying like 35,000 or something like
Yes,
that.
£30,000 to start with.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then what do you think if someone has got like a crime already, has been arrested before?
Good question.
So, and then he apply it,
Yeah.
do you think he can be successful or just?
Very good question. So I will come back. So there's currently 4 universities that do the police constable degree apprenticeship. University of East London, University of West London, not St Mary's, Brunel. Brunel.
Yeah, when my daughter she is.
And the other is called Anglia Ruskin University. So these are the 4 universities that do it. If you have a criminal record, can you join the police? Very good question. And I'm going to give you a politician's answer. It depends on what the crime you committed is. Okay? Sort of, if you especially, and it depends what kind of crime you committed, how long ago it was, and whether you did this when you were a young person or not. Yes? But one thing is a massive no-no. More often than not, any dishonesty offences, any dishonesty offences, it's game over.
Yeah, like example is like.
If you commit theft, if you commit fraud and deception, all this stuff, forget about it.
Yeah, but if like the child is got like 14 years old, he's joined like gangs, and then just they arrest him as with some like couple of drugs or heroin or something like that, and then the young boy has been arrested, and then they put them like the youngest prison of just to give like a punishment of like for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then kind of that like, and then he passed like, let's say like 10 years ago. And then do you think that kind of person can apply for it?
Of course. Of course.
Maybe I think it's like 15 years.
Yeah, so it's fine. So any person that joins the police, they do a lot of checks on you anyway. So not just you, anyone that lives in your household, they check as well.
Yeah.
It's called vetting. I think it's called vetting. Okay? And the checks are, they check the police national computer, They check they haven't been involved in it. But so the biggest thing I will say, if anything you do, if you don't disclose it, forget about it.
Yeah,
If you're open and transparent, and you write maybe within the application like a little report saying, this happened when I was 14 years old, it's 10, 15 years ago, I've now reformed, please, I don't want this to affect my career. And then, because there's a vetting department and they basically make a decision.
yeah.
So I can't say yes or no.
Yeah, the reason I ask, I mean, I see one boy he apply for it, and then first he done the DBS check,
Yes.
and then he received the certificate. Whatever he get offense, he was recorded in there.
Yeah, of course it will be.
So it was past already like 15 years or 17 years.
So
And then just he breaking his heart. He said, I need to join the police, but now I don't know if I can join because my certificate is saying this.
don't worry about that.
But he didn't know that, so that's why I say.
No, don't worry about it. I can't say yes or no, but any criminal conviction will always show up on a DBS.
Yeah.
So whether it's 20 years out, it's fine, it will show up. But like I said to you, it depends on the circumstances. But there's people that in the vetting department that will assess it. Okay. So I'm not going to say no. There's no way. Okay. But and also it depends. Was it drugs? Was it personal use? Was it possession with intent to supply? There's a lot of nuances and yeah. So I can't say
what he should do is to apply.
Yeah, exactly.
The worst they can say is no.
Look,
Like that
Apply.
situation.
I'm
Yes.
How
honest
many
with you.
years?
Simple.
Yeah, but you know when you see
No,
the
let it
record
clear.
is there,
Let it clear.
so it's breaking your heart.
You can't join.
So if it wasn't there, and then just you can say, okay, I got hope to apply for it. But when you see the record is there, you say, oh, I don't think I can get this job, so just forget it.
Yes.
You can. You can.
Try.
Apply.
Example,
Ah.
you are
Just try.
and,
Why is
and then they give you on here
Yes.
for some days.
Yes.
Later on, the discharge, they say we drop, we don't have it.
Yeah, no further anything, no further action.
Further action.
Yes, yes.
What will be happen when you apply DPS? That situation can go inside.
No, never. So let me tell you about DBS. And it's clearly states that DBS is only for criminal convictions. So you go to a police station, they can hold you for 24 hours.
Yes.
You get interviewed, they do the inquiries.
Yes.
There's a few things that can happen. One is you get remanded.
Yes.
If you get remanded, it means they will hold you in the police station, take you to court, hold you at court, take you to prison until you have your court case.
Yes.
3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year.
Yes.
That's called a remand. You've never committed a crime, but the crime is serious. They might give you something called a bail. It's called a police bail. They bail you for 28 days, for example, for a month. Yes? Until they carry out their inquiries to prove or disprove your involvement and to gather more evidence.
Yes.
Yes? You come back after a month. They say, sir, no further action.
Yes.
Yes? You will then. So there's two things. One is called a PNC ID, Police National Computer ID, and the other is called the CRO. Okay? So a CRO is only for criminal convictions.
Yes.
You will never have that. But you will have your name will be in the system, but it will never show up anywhere on DBS. So for example, another thing is, if you commit something, a small crime, okay, and you, they gave you, like, the way they kind of refer to it is like a slap on the wrist. It's called a caution.
Caution, yeah.
Yes. So a caution will show up on a DBS, but it's not criminal conviction. Yeah. So the other one that they use now is called RUI, release under investigation. Exactly as it says, you'll be released, but we still investigate the case. Okay. The other one is we've now got the burden of proof in terms of the Crown Prosecution Service or even within police. You're now going to be charged. Okay. So when you get charged, you go to magistrate's court or you go to Crown Court. That's what happens in the police station. Yeah.
Asalaamu calaykum waraxmatullahi wabarakaatu. Halkaa waa Baraawa Channel 1. Maanta walaalkeena Yuusuf noola joogo. Macnaha wuxuu uu ka qabanaya jaaliyadda Soomaalida oo Ingiriiska ku nool qaas ahaan. Maanta asaga codkiisa noo soo dhiibaya, saddexdiisa magacaas aan noo sheegaya. Asaga introduce isku sameynaya insha Allah. Marka ku soo dhawaada walaalkay Yuusuf Baraawa Channel 1.
waa dhowahay xabiib aad baa u mahadsan tahay magacayga waa Yuusuf Xaaji Deero oo anuu urur u shaqeeya ku yaal xarunta King's Cross horta maanta waxaan u macelinayaa groupkan SBWA oo maanta casuuntay oo runtii waxaan ku qabanay barnaamij aad u qurux badan oo bulshada Soomaalida tusaya ama baraya micnaha askarta micnaheeda wadankan oo shaqada ay qabtaan noocay tahay in yani lagu biiro ama laga fikiro in yani ayaga loo shaqeeyo waa muhiim sababtu waxa weeye marka dadka meeshan degan Ingiriiska markay ka mid yihiin meelo kala duwan oo dawladda ah anakayna anfacaysa oo Soomaali ahaan anakayna caawin karaan luqadii diinta bay garanayaan marka waa aad u arrin muhiim marka caawada dhowr marka meesha aan qaban dad badan ma loo fidiyay iyo waxa ku jirta victim support oo caawimada dadka la dilay oo lagu sameeyay dambiga sidii loo caawin lahaa marka caawada barnaamij aad qurux badan oo sharaf leh baan qabanay marka aad u mahadsantihiin bravo channel aad u mahadsantihiin inaan kulka nool yeelatid marka dadku waxaan tusaynay askarta wadankan inay shaqo fiican qabtaan oo lagu biiri kara shaqada dadka aan mugdi ka qaadna iyo wixii toohinka ama ay fikir gooni ka aaminsan inaan runta u sheegno ama aan mugdiga ka saarno
okay waxa Yusuf waxaan ku weydiinaa ad marka booliska ma u shaqeysay ama waxa waaye qayb u shaqeysaa booliska
maya police waa u shaqeeyay adiga muddo aan shaqeynayay hadda waa ka tagay hadda ayakaan la shaqeeyaa oo ah waxaan u ahaa consultant ama u shaqeeyaa dhinaca tababarka baan u sameynaa marka runtii de qof Soomaali oo askar ku biiray way yariin wadankan wax badan la arko ma aha laakiinse aniga markasta waxaan dhahaa in wadanka laga qayb qaata ama dhaqaatiiraha noqota ama dawladda waa muhiim anakayna anfacaysa aniga matala shaqadayda markaan qabtay dad badan oo Soomaali bay saameyn fiican u keentay wakaas marka askar baan u soo shaqeeyay waliba qaybta baaritaanka oo dhowr shaqooyin kala duwan baan soo qabtay
ما شاء الله وما سنتين هذا وما سنتهاي ولالك يوسف هذا جالية الصومالية أو إنجليز كونوا المحاو باقيسا
والله waxaan u baaqayaa inay horta number 1 qofka bini aadanka inuu barta sharci wadankan waa muhiim taas horta codsi weyn bay iga tahay qofka markuu sharciga garanaya qof hadii qalad lagu sameeyo ama wax lagu sameeyo wixii uu ka hadli karaa ama cabashadu qabo meesha loo raaco u fahmi karaa marka taas number 1 ah dadkana inay dhaxgalaan systemka wadankan waa muhiim dad baa aamin Soomaalidan inaan laabanayna meeshan bartaankan anay marka oo masada waxaan ku soconaa 30 years plus marka insha Allah taas baan aad aan codsigaas baan qabaa insha Allah
okay waa kuma santahay maanta duruus badan aan ka baranay waxyaalo badan oo macnaha anaka maskaxdeena ku jiraan aan ka helnay saada aad iyo aad kuma santahay mar labaad iyo mar saddexaad ku soo dhawaaw bravo channel 1
waa mahadsantahay xabiib kulligiina insha Allah waxaan filayaa inaan soo laaban doono aan hawshan sii wado insha Allah mar kale is arkayna insha Allah ma sha Allah na coachiko na mwanamke wetu wote sisi kwa hapa ni wa Somali anaka dhan meeshan aan joogno community gaan aan joogno heer bravo waaye laakiin waxaan joognaa Soomaali ahaan maanta isku kulmay waxa walaasheena meeshan oo la joogo wixii meesha oo jaaliyada Soomaalida oo Ingiriiska ku nool waxay ka qabato horta saddexdeeda magaceeda noo sheegayso iyo wixii shaqada ay qabato oo khas ahaan jaaliyada Soomaalida oo Ingiriiska ku nool iyada nooga sheekeynayso insha Allah ku soo dhawaa walaashi
السلام عليكم bravo channel magacayga waa Maryam Yaasiin waxaan la shaqeeyaa organization charity oo Soomaalida lagu talagalay la dhaho Council of Somali Organizations and aniga dadka isku keenay maanta to talk about police kayo educating the Somali community in London about ways la shaqeyn karaan police ka and sida u isticmaali karaan resources ka jira for the available
So what is a special charity did you work for your part?
Council of Somali Organizations.
Okay. What benefit you do for Somali community in UK?
I am a project coordinator, so what I do is I go to the Somali communities in Birmingham, London, Bristol, and I host workshops like this, ones with the NHS and Dr. Somalia, or Somali ku hadlayo dadka u baraya u sheekaya caafimaadkooda wax ku xidhan and then maanta oo kale saan oo kale oo wiil oo Soomaaliya oo police kala shaqeyn jiray oo noo imaday oo dadka u sheegaya waxa sameeyni karaan sida police kala shaqeyn karaan and saasoo kale baan isku sheegay.
marka ingiriiska markaa dhahaysa macnaha oo charity-ga oo shaqaynaysid in London dhammaantiisa ama macnaha UK dhan ama waxa waa xaafad aa ku tarsan tahay
waa UK-ga oo dhan.
UK-ga dhan maasha Allah mar labaad iyo mar saddexaad walaashay ku soo dhawaaw maxaad u baaqaysaa jaaliyadda Soomaalida ee Ingiriiska ku nool
insha Allah ina cid kasta education ka helaan ina knowledge ka helaan gartaan resources that is available to them community gaada inay ku xiriiraan dadkaada inay isbartaan and just caafimaad iyo khayr insha Allah.
Happiness and communication, right?
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Barawa Channel 1.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Barawa Channel Liwani Tabaruati Yamini Venewe Wana Imani Saitaka Kawo Fadini Rani Messi Ramadani Robo Awuno Maskini Mafukhara Furahani Kutiro Kawo Khalbini